Hi, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. May is the luckiest month of 2025 for you. It could bring some good financial fortune, even unexpected financial wins, and good news, if not surprising news, regarding matters to do with income and home and financial matters relative to your realm of real estate. They're all very positive. Some surprises, though, but all very positive. So we're going to break this month ahead down. And what else? You could have some significant relationship changes as well. But I love the luck, and that's where we're really going to focus. Now, first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian, and I am using the Western Tropical Zodiac and whole sign houses. We love those fixed stars, but mostly those minor asteroids. And Juno, the goddess of committed love and business partnership, has a feature role in our month ahead. And we'll talk about how she works in your behalf in this month of May. Also, if you're new here and you want to subscribe and like, I would love it. And welcome back to my regulars. I put out weekly and monthly all signs content. If you would like to get my 2025 All Signs Bundle of horoscopes to time your best life in 25, we have more than a half a year left. It's now half price. Those are 2-hour videos times 12 with PDF guidebooks, individual and different for each sign. You can share with friends and family or listen for your sun, moon, and rising. So check it out below for half price, $33 until the end of May. Starts on April 20th. Also, would you like to study with me? I'm teaching my summer school Sky Reader, Time Your Best Life, and Be Your Own Astrologer program. It's a 6-week live astrology class geared to teach you the basics of astrology in enough of a way that you can use some very easy and essential timing tools for your own life. Check out the description box for the early bird discount waitlist, so you get an early bird pricing. Also, check out the description of the course. We'll be starting about sometime in mid-June. I haven't set the exact date. Recording this on April 18th for my Patreon community. Patreon gets this early access and ad-free. So shall we begin? First of all, I keep sharing this pretty painting with everybody. I'm in like an Airbnb. I'm traveling. I'm in Arizona, and that's just such a pretty painting. I had to share it. In fact, I don't even know why I'm not just doing it this way after all of these videos, and you'll be seeing the painting through the entire thing. Like, go figure, Lori. So, yeah, dough. So let's talk about the first thing I want you to know. I'm going to go through the sky over the next half hour, and we're going to talk about the big picture view, and I'm talking about where the major planetary transits are happening. And then we're going to go week by week with individual week by week guidance. So let's start off with the big picture story. First of all, I think you probably know that as an Aquarius, like the Capricorns, you are ruled by Saturn, and Lord Saturn is making a major move in this month. After being in your second house of earnings and resources and money, and food style and speech ever since 2023. That's Pisces for you. He's moving out now, and he will on May the 25th tiptoe in to the early degrees of your Aries third house, and he will be there till September 1st. Ultimately, next year, he's going to move in the spring into that third house Aries zone and be there for all of almost 3 years. That is your social media sphere. That is your writing and communicating, marketing and selling. That is local neighbors, and that is travel. So Saturn could kind of restrict your travel. You might travel less, but you might grill in with hard work and discipline to work on creative writing projects, social media landscape. You become more masterful and authoritative in your social media sphere if that's something you do professionally. When Saturn was in your, second house, I incorporated, thank God. But incorporation, for example, or new structures for taxes, earnings, and income. Saturn is the Lord of our sign, and he's trying to do well by us. So as he moved to your second house, last 3 years, he was trying to support you in better financial outcomes, including saving more money and spending less. So that's kind of going to have a break in the pattern this May 25th, and you'll feel through the rest of the summer what that might be about. Gives you a teaser of what's really happening in 26, 27 into 28. Now, let's go through the sky in order of Mercury to Jupiter and talk about Mercury first. Mercury is fast moving right now, coming off of his retrograde, and he's moving through three signs. And the first sign he's moving through as the month begins is Aries. In fact, mid-April, he entered into Aries, and he will stay there until the 9th of the month. Well, this is your third house. This is where you're traveling. This is where you're writing and marketing and selling, maybe websites, online, and social media matters. Certainly, this offers up the opportunity for travel because because he protects travelers. And this is domestic or continental travel usually, or close to home. So you may be traveling a bit, but also he opens up the possibilities here of some increase of your success as a communicator, marketer, seller, or writer as you do those kinds of things in the third house. You may have a lot more communication with your neighbors, social times with your neighbors and friends in the local environment. You might also connect more deeply to a sibling, one younger than you, with communications back and forth more frequently. And you might even find aunts, uncles, cousins, and nephews and nieces on your communication radar through to May the 9th. When we look at May 10th to the 25th, however, Mercury will move into your fourth house. Now, in your fourth house, Mercury is in the home. He's in the midnight hour, and he's Mr. Negotiation. He's contracts. He's selling and marketing. There's a lot of things he can do here. One of the things he may be up to is helping you negotiate a real estate contract of some sort. Possibly it can be rentals or purchases, with the North Node wanting you to possess ever more things that are positive for you. You may purchase a new car, you may purchase a new home under this influence of Mercury in your fourth house from May the 10th to the 25th. And as he's going through this part of the chart, he's going to bump into the Wealth Star Algol co-joined with Uranus in the third week of May. And there may be an unexpected, surprising financial gain coming through your sky at that time. And it may also be positive for the word contracts, land, real estate, home, and housing. So keep your eye on that ball. On the 26th of May, he will move into the sign of Gemini and be there till June 10th. This is your money luck and general luck story. He's going to be joining Jupiter and a new moon here later in the month. And we'll break that down on the week by week. But if you wanted to win a lottery ticket, for example, or win at a gambling or speculation, or May 10th to May 25th looks good on you. In fact, I want to clarify that just a little bit. Because he's coming into contact with a Wealth Star Algol and Uranus, it's possible that you may also receive the possibility of a financial gain before he enters on May 26th, the part of the sky that we're talking about. So from May 10th to the 25th, even, you could be lucky in terms of winning money or winning in some speculative endeavor or gambling type environment. But certainly better luck is even more present in Mercury's transit through your fifth house. Mercury there in your fifth house, Gemini whole sign house, May 26th to June the 10th, also is good for your children, communicating with them. Good luck for your children because of Jupiter. You may also open up positive directions of conversations with children and with your romantic love partner, where the conversation is fortunate, expansive, and offers wisdom and growth for you. Mercury is a socializer, and the fifth house is pleasure. So a lot of social pleasures are happening for you on the 25th of May to June the 10th. And finally, leisure travel or romantic leisure travel, May 26th to June the 10th is also possible at that time. What about Venus? Well, Venus is moving through Aries this month. In fact, she's moving for a long time in your third house. She enters into your third house on the 1st of May and lasts till June 5th in that place in the sky. She brings luck where she goes and goodness. And this is social media, writing, websites, marketing, selling, teaching, and communicating or learning. And these teachings and learnings are skills-based opportunities to teach or learn. So you could also be promoting, marketing, and selling things with great success, May 1st to June 5th. I hope that's me promoting Sky Reader and having a lot of you sign up. I love her here when it comes to a more easy flow with neighbors, people who live around you, lots of partying, fun, and generally good feelings with your younger sibling, one younger, your aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, and nieces, the whole fam, the kinfolk groups. A lot of good vibe is happening, a lot of lucky energy, a lot of flowing positivity here. And any travel you do, Venus will bless that with positive outcomes. This is shorter distance travel, and she wants you to experience lucky breaks in that area or good travel opportunities, especially with women or connected to women, all through her transit of May the 1st to the June the 5th. Mars is an important story. Mars is doing something he hasn't done since 1977, 1978. And sorry about the tippy. I've got this thing on nothing but a little tray table. I guess it's supposed to be a tray table for something. So I know you guys are shaking. Mars is an important story this month ahead. And why? Well, particularly important because he's connected here to your seventh house of long-term committed love, spousal relationships, audience and marketplace, and business partners. Now, he was here all through November and December. I experienced that as trolls from hell after the USA election. Mars is aggressive, sometimes angry, forceful. He can be the agent of separation in that relationship to your audience, your marketplace, or your significant other, or your business partners. I mean, quitting that business partnership, for example. Geographical separation with a significant love partner. So Mars entered in this part of your sky April 18th, and will continue through this part of your sky until June 17th. And so the entire month of May, he's here. In May, he's moving between 5 degrees and 20 degrees of Leo. Is your sun, moon, or rising sign in Aquarius anywhere from 5 to 20 degrees? Then you're certainly going to feel that sharp sword across the way as he travels over in opposition to your sun, your moon, or your rising, between 5 and 20 degrees. So I've got that. I'm 18 degrees Aquarius rising. I'll be feeling the sharp sword. And if you want to know when the sword's the sharpest, get a transit calendar and find out when Mars is at the degree that's opposite your ascendant, your sun or moon. You'll find that information also at Ephemeris. Go to astro.com, Google astro.com Ephemeris or Ephemerides, and you'll be able to look at when he gets to that degree where he's most impacting you during his journey through Leo in the month of May. Now, one more thing. When Mars is here in this part of your chart, in your 7th house, he is the Lord of your 3rd house. I mean, he rules your 3rd house of social media, teaching, learning, and he could also be ambitiously promoting you to an audience. You might have a very important person show up in your life that is like on team your 3rd house, sharing your courses, sharing you on, to the other audiences that are around. It doesn't always have to be a negative transit. I want to be really clear about that. He's also the ruler of your career, 10th house of career, indicating some major changes you might want to make in the way you do your career path as well. Now, one thing I want to mention next is good old Jupiter in your 5th house. If you go back, Jupiter in May of 23 entered into your 5th house of good fortune. It's good for fertility, having a baby, getting pregnant, you or your partner, or one of your children conceiving a child. And Jupiter here is expansive growth for your creative projects, your entrepreneurial business, for educational matters, especially increasing your success and prosperity, using your natural talents and gifts in this lifetime. And he's also a kind of all superior blessing, protecting your children, should you have them, the firstborn in particular, but all your children. So as Jupiter moves through that 5th house, he's now direct as of February 4th, when retrograde in October. This is a house of lottery wins, gaming, casinos, money, luck, speculative gains. Now, with Jupiter here, you can win money. So I have to keep saying that. I've been saying that on and off for, every Aquarius for the last year, but especially this month, because there's going to be a lunation there and there's going to be Mercury there. I'm going to tell you in the week by week when the best luck is, but holy man, if you want to play a few speculative lottery games of chance, know your limit, play within it, but it can be a lucky time for you. So know that as well, especially given that there's a sextile from Venus in the 3rd house. So it really doubles the luck energy, right? All right, so we're going to break it down week by week. Let's go ahead and start the week by week journey because we covered all the planetary transits. And here we go. Okay, fellow Aquarians, I am one of you. So we start off, we can't ignore Pluto. I never talk about Pluto, but there's Pluto, right? Pluto is breathing fire. No, he's breathing hot air at us. We are becoming Plutonian. We are connected to this archetype of Pluto. So we are strong, formidable, will-powered, bold, dominating, and sometimes controlling. But we don't suffer any fools gladly. We're in some kind of superior archetypal energetic, right? Let's keep that in mind. We are Plutonian right now, especially the early degree, 0 to 5 degree Aquarian risings, sun and moon. I think I said in the beginning, the sun is your career and purpose, the moon is your home, and your rising sign is everything about you. Your rising sign is your avatar in the game of life. The sun is your game player, and the moon is how you feel about the whole show, called reality. And it can represent home. Now, in the first week, we see Neptune and Venus hugging each other. This is dreamy, a beautiful energy. If you are at all in the social media sphere, Neptune rules Instagram and, any videography platforms. And this is a writing house. So you could conceive a writing project that's beautifully done. You might have a very nice glow up in a social media video or a reel or something like that in the first 3 or 4 days of May. And if you're doing any kind of promoting or selling or marketing, there's a glow up there. If you want to use that as a launch pad for something May 1st to the 5th, go for it. The conjunction is exquisite. If you're single, you might meet a dreamy twin flame soulmate at the local pub while traveling, maybe short distances. It could bring new love and romance to you guys for the singletons. But oops, sorry. We won't even talk about it now, will we? Yes, we won't talk about what just happened. But soulmate love, dreamy love. Okay, you get the gist, right? Good to go on a date. Good to go try out your social media stuff and see if you don't meet somebody lovely under this energy. Would you put her in the romance house that says yes again? So single Aquariuses can look for love and romance here. And a dreamy opportunity for a trip somewhere that's just beautiful and you're going to enjoy it, especially if it involves a significant other. It could be a unification under times of separation between you and a love partner in the first week of May. Now, when we go to May the 5th to the 8th, and actually you start to feel it May 3rd. So May 3rd to the 8th, and essentially the following stories. Good news. Why good news? Well, watch your calendar because Mercury and Jupiter are having a good news convo. Mercury, Jupiter. You start to see it May 3rd building up. It can be, I'd even say May 2nd based on this Mercury, but May 2nd to May 8th, good news regarding money, luck, winning money, fertility and pregnancy, you or your partner or your children. Good information and news about a creative or artistic project or entrepreneurial endeavor and its commercial success online or in the social media sphere. Good luck that heals a chironic wound around writing projects, social media projects, teaching and in learning endeavors. It's lucky, it's good news, it's fortunate, it's wonderful. Take note. At the same time, Venus is sextiling Pluto, which is a bit of a wealth yoga. And Venus can be giving you an extra dose of financial wealth and power and riches through something you're doing around the first week, again, the 3rd to the 7th, with writing, teaching, communicating, marketing, and selling. And if you want to get invited to a podcast, for example, maybe you get a dream podcast invitation, that could look like this energy as well. Like I suddenly got invited to Amrit Sandhu or Next Level Soul podcast. I mean, I know I could pitch to them. I'm just so busy, but that would be kind of like, wow, what a lucky first week of May 3rd to the 7th. Okay, so I talk at every sign about the oasis that happens between about the 8th to the 16th. Why I call it the oasis is there's really not a lot happening. If we take the nodes of fade out, we're going to call it one of the most quiet skies of the week or the month. And it is like deathly quiet. In that sort of sky stories that are very subtle, very quiet, you can have inner reflection, just kind of grounding yourself, getting your internal GPS of the soul all aligned. What is it you want? Who are you here? What's most important to you? You're not getting tossed and turned on the cosmic game board or the chessboard of life. So you have some stillness here. So use the 8th of May to the 14th to use that, especially for writing projects, creative projects, artistic projects. Use your downtime for expressing some of that stuff because it's a quiet sky and it can help you do that. Now, the one thing that happens in that week of the 8th to the 16th, that quiet sky second week of May, is we have a moon at 12 on the 12th of May at 22 Scorpio, full moon, I should say. So you'll notice here that the moon is full. It will be at full at 22, conjunct Juno, the goddess of agreements and contracts, in the house of weddings, in the house of social standing and what everyone sees you doing, and in the house of matters that are connected to your career. Full light fulfillment, full light completion. Something wants to come into the revelatory bright part of the sky when the moon shines there and shows you something. And it's opposite shocking and surprising Uranus and the sun and on Algol. Now, there can be a major, exciting and sudden, but financially stabilizing Saturn change in your career. Moon can represent anytime the moon is there, and it's just basically full popular public appeal. So if that's something that you're into, that could be great. It could be showing a completion of some agreements you made in a work setting. So maybe some of you with the moon ruling the 6th house of work and livelihood are getting ready to fulfill and complete an agreement in your contracts with your boss, your employer, your company, or if you're self-employed, the way you agreed to do your business, and you're ready to fulfill and complete that. And in the 2 weeks that follow this moon and up to 6 months later, you might break your own agreements and contracts. Maybe I won't open my bookings calendar, for example, again. Because Juno is the goddess of marriage, because Mars is the ruler of the goddess of marriage, squaring it from the seventh house, fractures in long-term committed love and marriage relationships coming off the moon of May 12th, and give it, 2 weeks after to 3 weeks after to show you what it means. But it can be destabilizing for long-term committed love stories. So announcing separations, divorces, ending a relationship, that kind of thing. Now, as we move into the more busy sky from the 17th to the end of the month, I'll keep my pace as slow as I can so you can absorb the very busy stories, but they're very positive. Mostly nothing really hard this month, which I love. Sun will conjunct Uranus for the May 17th, 18th surprise. And we'll see another surprise similar to it on May 24th. So you'll see Uranus is getting ready to meet with the sun on May 17th, 18th. And there can be an unexpected surprise connected to property and real estate, agreements and contracts, significant long-term love relationships, or if you have stuff you put into the marketplace, things that you're throwing into the realm of the marketplace. The sun is a ruler of your seventh house. And so you may have a viral hit that could literally look like that, especially with Mars in the seventh, some major change of positive changes that are very lucky, especially in social media. So something you put out there could have a viral quality or go very big at this time. Unexpected changes in agreements regarding home property and real estate, and land, and possibly even rental contracts. But you're going to see whatever happens here on May the 17th, 18th is also reoccurring in another aspect on the 24th, 25th of May. So keep your eye on that. You also could say here that if you go back to July, what was happening in July, around the 15th of July? Why? Because that is the same part of the sky that was initiated by Mars-Uranus conjunction on Algol. For example, in July, I had put the video out about Donald Trump under assassination watch. Be careful. I had put that video out maybe 2 weeks or a week and a half before the actual attempt. And I said the date was going to be close to the 15th of July. And of course, it was the 13th. And because that video then got traction from people finding it later on, I kind of had like 6,000 subscribers and it went viral kind of thing for my channel. That was a big deal. So similar findings of that energy are back again this month already, with the sun on the 17th, 18th, and later on Mercury on the 24th, 25th. But again, for most people who aren't in social media sphere, changes regarding unexpected surprises regarding land, home, property, and real estate matters may be showing up for you. Because it's unpredictable and all of that, I can't tell you what it is. And there's a well star there, so you may get some unexpected financial gain connected to inheritances, chunky money. And again, with Jupiter over there, lottery wins. But because it's in the house of land and real estate, luck with property could be showing up as well. Now, when we go into the early story here, we're going to see a dispute, an angry conversation or a challenging one between Mercury and Mars right here, right? And you'll see it building on the 17th, 18th, 19th. Let's take us back by an hour. And this conversation between Mercury and Mars is them's fighting words, right? Them's fighting words with a spouse. This is them fighting words with a troll, a business partner, or your audience. But the fighting words are coming off the fourth house, which is domestic. So I'm not sure if it's really about, the trolls this time. It could be something going on in the home and arguments with a significant other. Whether they're physically with you in the home or not is irrelevant. And there's kind of a breakthrough and a shattering energy with Uranus there regarding maybe something that's stuck or needs to be moved forward in a committed love story. And don't forget, you'll see that Mercury is also opposite Juno, the goddess of committed love in the visible sky. So if a relationship's on the rocks, we're really feeling a lot of verbal intensity around the 17th to the 20th. Saturn is sextiling Uranus. This is very stabilizing. Saturn sextiling Uranus, but also the sun. This combination is very stabilizing. I'll show you. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. I'll show it to you. So this energy here, Sun 29, Saturn 29, North Node, this combination, Uranus. See that? Unexpected, erratic, or unpredictable matters to do with homeland, property, and real estate are stabilizing on May the 20th, especially if it has to do with buying or possessing. And this also could be buying and possessing a vehicle, but stabilizing energies around that in destined and fated ways, or unexpected financial increase in a most positive and lasting way, where whatever this increase is about, it could take you into a 7-year or longer story of financial gain. I love that it's also connected to July. It still connects to what was going on with Mars and Uranus in July and the 15th. And so again, what kind of financial success were you having then as well? So I'll use me as an example. Of course, because my numbers were up, my ad revenue was up. So it was an increase in my money as well from YouTube. Now, some of you know that like I'm having to move because my landlord gave notice on the eclipse to my moon, right? Moons are your home. And so there also could be changes here regarding matters to do with what you're dealing with when it comes to the possibility of changing your home, because the moon is moving through that first house of Aquarius or near your sun and moon. So this could also indicate positive stabilizing changes regarding land, home, property, and real estate, whether it's purchase, sale, or rental, it doesn't matter. All of those are active for you. As we go forward into the future, I also would let you draw your attention to the fact that the sun, well, let's talk about Venus. Let's talk about Venus first. Starting about the 15th, 16th, Venus begins to trine Mars, and through to about the 26th of the month, sustains a long trine with Mars as they tag team each other. So by the 19th, you're starting to see how tight this is, and then it continues to about the 26th of May. So the 15th to the 26th of May, a flowing relationship between the cosmic lovers brings luck. It brings luck in social media and audience-related matters, in traveling, writing, communicating, social media, teaching and learning, audience marketplace matters. If you're single, a new relationship through travel, online, social media, passion, connection, ardor. If you're with somebody and there is tension, because there can be in the sky, maybe it brings the opportunity for travel together that would smooth out some of the turbulence you've been experiencing in the first couple of weeks of May, for example. Certainly, if you're entrepreneurial and your business includes marketing and selling of any means, and you're on a glow up here, again, it's a long glow up. It takes, into great success for the whole second half of May in essence. On the backdrop of this beautiful trine between these two planets, we see that the sun will also come into a beautifully engaged flow with Neptune. And there is something nice about this. First in a lifetime that Neptune's been here to receive a sextile from the sun, spinning off of the conjunction that didn't actually happen yet. So it's kind of an interesting story. It didn't happen in this part of the sky. So I could say something like, well, when I do the week ahead, I'll dive into that in a lot more depth than I can possibly do now. But I would say there's some opportunity, this lucky Jupiter, to do with creativity, entrepreneurship, maybe romantic love, dating, online world, social events and romance, fun with friends, lucky and solidifying opportunities are here. The sun is like amplifying Jupiter's luck factor. So by the 21st of May, when this is active, 22nd of May, 23rd of May, some superior luck, and maybe connected to finances as well. I'm just going to check something. I'll be right back. I want to see, I don't want to boggle your mind. I just want to take myself back in time and just remind myself of the conjunction. Yeah, the conjunction was in the sign of Pisces. That's what matters. Okay, so it is about money as well. The sun was co-joined Neptune in Pisces, your financial well-being house. And so this is going to indicate also an action around, an energetic around money, earnings, resources, possessions, and good and dreamy positive developments. So money from the online world, money from neighbors, money through money luck, speculation, winning, on we go. A little small, sweet spot around May 20th to the 22nd. Not earth-shattering, but lovely. You notice the Sun and Pluto are also connecting here. And that's called a trine, which is also very fortunate. And that trine continues on and activates positive energy for you financially. If anything spoke to me of financial luck and riches, this combination is certainly part of that. And this initiatory energy of a Sun trining Pluto with Jupiter co-present for the first time in your life. It's never happened before. Oh, I've never won the lottery before. Well, maybe this is your chance. Or you already have one and now you're just rejoicing with your riches because they're depositing the winning money into your bank account. But I love this May 24th sky, and you'll feel it from the 20th to the 27th, and it looks very fortunate on your financial matters. It can also be lucky breaks for your children and their careers, lucky breaks for your children and their money as well. Again, it's a sweet spot sky. It's very lucky. And you'll notice that both Pluto and the Sun are talking to that Neptune here. So social media platforms with videography can increase your riches as well as podcasts and anything where you have video features to it as Neptune, filmography features. Mercury and Saturn are having a nice talk. They like each other. This is stabilizing. This is good for you. Again, anytime Saturn gets into the mix, he wants to make things long form and stable. That's his A game. And so Mercury is coming into this nice little sextile here around the 24th. It's not exact, but it's still present. And it opens up a nice little flow of stability in your finances, basically, especially connected to home, property, land, and real estate. What about the moon that I keep talking about? This beautiful new moon that comes through our sky. No complaints. And you'll notice, by the way, that Mercury sustains the sextile in more accurate terms as we move into the 5th and the 3rd house. So we go from a money stability into something to do with your 3rd house, teaching, communicating, traveling, writing, stability. And we add that to the lunation that's going to happen at 6 degrees of Gemini. Guys, it's just so good. Holy shoot. So a moon, 6 Gemini, just trust me, it's at 6. Jupiter, luck, opportunity, expansion, growth, in a good fortune house. Mercury telling Jupiter how to behave, telling everyone what to do. So May 27th, it's 26, 27, time zone dependent. Fresh starts, new beginnings. What stabilizing, Saturn, stabilizing, long game, maybe up to 7 years of influence regarding travel, teaching, learning, social media platforms and social media business endeavors, marketing and selling, connection to a sibling one younger, stabilizing neighborhood, because some of you might be moving. Maybe that's where you're going to stay for a long time. Who knows? The luck of the 5th house, right? The luck of the Irish. Mercury is the lord of your 8th house of chunky money. You got a karmatic storyline going on there. It could be the possession of chunky money, the beginning of new kinds of wealth you don't earn, whether it's inheritances, lottery wins, stock investment taking off, anything is possible. Mercury is also the ruler of where he's sitting. So this is a very strong moon. You might notice that in the 2 to 3 weeks that follow, the 26th, 27th moon, things begin to show you what they're for. All moons take up to 6 months to unfold. This is good for new beginnings in love and romance, and this is especially in the sextile to Mars and the sextile to Venus, and it's really good for your children and good things happening for your children, but this could be news, new moon, new beginning. Jupiter, one of your children tells you they're having a child. When 3 weeks after or up to 6 months after this new beginning, new moon in this very good fortune space of the sky. Finally, Mercury will be in the heart of the sun at 8-9 degrees of Gemini on the 29th, 30th of the month, time zone dependent, a 6-week positive divine mission instruction reset around entrepreneurial business, teaching and writing, things to do with your own educational desires, fun, joy, play, pleasure, romantic, sexual love, and fertility. 6 weeks after this, for any Aquarius, it's all systems go. This is a great reset. It's 12 years rare to have this kind of reset with Jupiter there. So you got to really understand how precious this is. And it can also indicate 6 weeks of really good financial flow with chunky money, inheritance money, spousal resources, sharing money with another person, and money from investments. money from royalty and ad income increasing as well, and book publishing royalties. Who knows? All of that is up, up, up. And of course, if your sun, moon, or rising in Aquarius is near 8 or 9 degrees, maybe 3 degrees on either side, it's really going to feel super powerful for you as well. But we all feel it, no matter what the degree of our Aquarius ascendant, sun, or moon. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Check me out on Substack, where I'm unplugged and I tell you everything I really think about politics and the wars in the world. And I don't have to worry about being deplatformed. And I speak my mind and I tell the astrology like I'd rather do here on YouTube. Don't forget, you can also check me out on my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter. I gave away 3 free readings in the last 2 months, and you missed that because you weren't on my newsletter. And number 3, on my Zoom Patreon community, I have 3 Zoom meetings a month. Check me out there. How to check me out there and anything about me, it's more ... under the video description box. Okay, it's the show notes. It's everything about every content creator on YouTube. It's in the description box under the video. And in my about section, you click the about Lori on her channel and it takes you to all my social media links. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video. Uh-oh. I can't. I'm just looking for the stop, the stop button. Bye.